welcome back, people, or if it's just us recording what we do, because
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So maybe I'll just like give a brief or like synopsis of what we've been doing. So
okay,
David and I, the goal is for the High Dive Lab, we have all these different publications, and it's hard to keep up this set of publications in sync. Because the process of doing this requires like individuals who wrote the papers to add markdown files with some additional metadata. So one of our lab members put together a zotero, shared zotero collection that has all these different publications that, oops, this is not the right one, but a set of publications that that we is sort of a common set of publications for the lab. And what we're doing right now is writing a little script. Well, we wrote a little script that will ping the Zotero API to pull down these different publications. It then transforms the data from being in Zotero's format into the markdown, or like tries to find the appropriate markdown to create one of these files. And where we left off was basically reading all the different, seeing if we need to add a new publication by checking the existing markdown files and comparing the metadata. And in the end, we have a little script that now, when Dino run a scripts main, this just prints out the files that it would write. So you're seeing that this paper from Sehi in our group for digital accessibility has not been added to the website. And yeah, so this would be the process. And our goal now is we want to, I guess, finish the script so that it writes, it adds multiple papers, and to do so in an automated process. So perhaps like every evening, we could run this script in GitHub Actions. It could write these files, and then there would be a human or someone that would merge that PR and sort of finish filling in the pieces that need to be filled in to submit the paper. So, yeah, I don't know. Did I miss anything, David?
I think that's about it. Can you share your screen again?
Yeah, are you? I think I clicked share in Zed. Are you able to? In Zed, are you able to see?
Oh, correct. Yeah, I was just, I guess, now I see it.
Okay, cool.
Because it doesn't show...
The file?
No. I was just looking at I thought, what is your project?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you just clicked it. Doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay.
Well, so I mean, we have the issue that we want to preserve the markdown files that are already created for the publications before, and they all come with like very different formatting. I would get I would say, or like the standards around formatting the file names and such are kind of varying.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've been hitting that issue. And then also, of course, like we have diverse people with diverse names, and then if you just want to make a heuristic about what the, let's say, abbreviation of somebody's first and middle name is, it's kind of difficult. So this is what we have, what Trevor put down as a little bit some rules for that, but I assume that's gonna still have to be fine-tuned for the whole data set.
Yeah, I guess the nice thing about the process that we're in right now is that the contents, for the most part, are the files are we're sort of like auto-generating, but like it's not going to be an automatic process entirely. So the thought is that we get a human in the loop to like verify the contents that were created by this script, and then ultimately like check them into the repo. So we have some flexibility, I guess, in our constraints to be a little bit sloppy, just because ideally someone will be verifying this on our behalf. So I guess going from here, David, there are two things that I come to mind. One, right now we sort of go through everything with this script. And my question is, should we open up like one? Like what's the GitHub action that we want to run to do this script? Like, do we want to open up a separate, I guess we could open up a separate PR for each new thing. But
that makes sense to me.
But then the thing that we also need to make sure that the PR title is like consistent, because we want to make sure that if we've already opened up a PR, we don't like every night, we don't just like open up a ton of new PRs, if that makes sense. Like if something takes a while to get merged, then we don't want, but I think we should, there's a GitHub action that I've used previously, GitHub action open PR, I think is what it's called. Create pull request. And there's one that's called, I think there's an option to like update or assign commits, body, labels, assignees. I thought there was something that you could do like update or append, basically. So it just like, if there's already one that's open with a particular title, like, so we can use the title as a reference to like the same way that we're using the file name as like the reference that we have right now. I think we could use the title to basically say like, have we already opened a PR with this title? And if so, like skip it. Let's see.
Yeah, I haven't worked with like opening PRs with GitHub Action. The last thing that I did, I actually only recently learned that you can actually generate a file from the action, add it to add it to a commit and push that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's like a GitHub API create pull request. Because one thing that I'm realizing is that So basically we want like one step of an action to fire off multiple pull requests. And the way that I've used the GitHub action in the past is basically like I check out the repo, I run something, and then I make one pull request. And so it feels like we need something a little bit more programmatic to like
maybe
create a commit.
Easier,
yeah.
If it's just easier to bunch up all those things that you need to update in one single PR, maybe that's like the low-hanging fruit to do in the beginning.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I'm worried about is then if someone starts like touching the stuff in that PR, one, it's hard to know like what's in that PR exactly. And then if someone is touching those files in that PR, we could run the risk that you like override it. So having individual pull requests seems, if we can get it to work, I would like to try to see if we can figure that out. But also maybe initially we could just get it working with one on my branch, just a proof of concept. Let's make sure like it's working, and then we can try to break it up into separate PRs before we merge this into like the lab. Okay, let's go for that then. So let's see. So the first thing we should do is then, so if we should write the file contents, we want to dino.write file. Oh, wait. And we need to pass it a path, which is going to be new URL, file name, publication stir, and then we're going to create website file contents from our pub. Is this Argument. Oh, right. I think there's write text file. There we go. Console.log. Maybe we should just have writing. Writing, we could do, let's just do writing, file name, file name, comma, pub.title, pub.frontmatter.title, and then at the end we could put the Zotero ID. Pub.frontmatter.zotero key. Is this not? What's this?
You're just missing the string interpolation. Oh.
There we go. Okay. I guess one thing we could also do in here that I just thought of is we could do Zotero key. Z.string.optional. Like I was just thinking now when we write this data for our new stuff, we'll be writing the Zotero key. And so that would give us a more exact match than just like if someone went in and edited the title, then we could use that as like a check. So we could do if pub.frontmatter.zotero key equals title Zotero key 4. So if we match the Zotero key that's in, we could call this just like we could call this the target file contents, target front raw front matter, we could call it front matter. I was just doing this because we ignored that error message before from Dino, and by using Zod we can just be strict about it, and then we don't have to worry about it. So Zotero key front matter. Okay. So if the Zotero key matches or this matches, then we can skip. And then we're going to just say writing this file with this name. Okay. So let's just say git add scripts main. Write file contents. And Dino run a scripts main. Just see if this works. Okay. And then git status. Looks pretty good.
I don't know why, but the stream is like super choppy for me.
Ah, the stream is? Okay.
Yeah. But
it might just be my internet. Like we've had a little bit of issues with it, so.
Oh, okay. Then
hopefully
it doesn't matter.
Stream's test. Okay.
Okay, so you actually wrote the data. I see.
Yep. Okay, so we wrote the data now. And I guess the question is, like, I think that there is like a Git JavaScript API. Like, I was wondering if there's like a OctoKit, yeah, or something like that.
Yeah, it's for the API, yeah.
And I guess what I was wondering is if we could like like if there's a way to create a pull request with this, or to like make for each of the files make like a separate branch, like. But I guess for right now, the first thing we wanted to do is just like make a pull request with all of these, right?
Well, couldn't you, well, in GitHub Actions, you can do like bash scripting, right? So you could just go through all the files in the publications that you added. Although, oh, okay, so it's difficult to see which ones are new.
Yeah, but that's what I was thinking is you can call out to like git CLI to like get back like git CLI show new files, right? Untracked. Like
Oh, okay.
like
But for that, I
like
don't
this
think
kind
any
of thing. So
buffering.
git status, prep,
Yeah.
publications, right there. I guess what I was thinking is maybe there's a way to, like I thought there might be a JavaScript API for doing this.
Yeah, but I think like the OctoCat or OctoGit, what is the name of it?
Yeah.
It's just for working with the GitHub API.
Right. Yeah, but I guess we also know in this script like what files we wrote, right? So after we write all of them, we could call out, we could do some Git stuff in the same script. Like, so like we could have something that's like written files or new files, yeah. Like push new files dot push file name. So then I guess I'm just wondering, so now at the end of this, open like a PR or make commit with new files. Like I'm thinking you can, within this script, you can do something like deno command. I think this is called like args. Yeah. But we also want to do it. Okay, here's what I want to do. Const root is going to be new URL. Applications we can do from root. But we just want to get it from. It's fine. I think we can just probably assume. Let's see. So we just want to do files. I think we want, for Git, we need the path name. Let me see. Const command. Git, we call this Git files. Files. And I wonder if we could do something like. Is there a way to do like? I wonder if there's almost like C.
Oh, like
We could
yeah.
set the okay. So we can set the that'll just work then. Okay, cool. Get. So basically, we can just navigate to the folder where we added all of them, and then add them just by their file name. So we can do get files dot push file name command dot spawn executes the command, waiting for it to finish, collecting all of its outputs will throw an error. All right, that sounds fine. What is this? Oops. I don't know where. Don't save. I'm curious what the Dino command output is. Like output dot.
Is it a string? I don't know.
No, I think, let's see, Dino command API.
In the documentation, at least the non-sync version is like you get something, an object that you can deconstruct into code, std out, std error.
Okay. Oh, I see. Let's just do that then. Oh, yeah, okay. So we'll just do output, code, standard out, standard error. You can put this just in a block. So, and we're gonna await it, right? Code, so console.assert code equals 0, so we just want to make sure we had no errors. Console.log standard out. Oh, I guess maybe that's all we really need, right? It's just to make sure it was fine. And then, yeah. So let's go back. So if we clear this, whoops, clear, get status, get restore, that's a staged publications, get restore, this is stage, oh, get restore, oh, is it get remove publications? Oh, I get clean F publication. There we go. Okay, so now get add scripts. Let's do that. Add get stuff. Oops, get restore to staged scripts. Dino get commit and say add get stuff. Dino run a scripts main. All right. Okay.
So it actually added. Wait, no, it's a new file.
Yep. So it added all these new files.
I see.
And then I guess we could make a commit after this. So we did one command, which is get. So I guess this is where things kind of get a little tricky. So like right now we're doing the git commands, but I remember that in the create pull request action, I think that if you use this thing, you just any files that were changed, it automatically does this. So the question is like, how much of that do we want to do? I think it's fine. What we have in the script, I think, should be totally fine.
And can't you here there was a parameter called branch
In what? In here?
in the create pull request action, yeah.
The token
There was another one.
branch, the pull request branch name.
Wait, pull request branch name.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so this is not or?
I want to see octo kit pull request. Because if you can, if there's a way that we can use this to do it, that would be really cool.
That would be probably much easier. But like I was thinking, if you could specify that you just open a pull request on a named branch, that would be also pretty easy to kind of mark.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking is we could just do what we have right now and set it to a pull request that we call like publications or something like that. And then we wouldn't even need to add this get stuff because this action does that automatically. Like anything that's any files that are created in the action are checked in and then committed to that branch. So the thing that we just wrote, this, where are we? Main. This stuff to like do the get stuff doesn't like. This could just be create pull request action does this. So I guess right now what we could do is just check in what we have, and then the second file, like we'll just comment this out for now, and we can see how far we can get with just like a pull request. The pull request action. So get restored to staged publications, get clean. There we go. Okay. Get add scripts main, get commit, remove, get stuff for now. Okay. So now if we, so let's see. Is there a website or is there a .github? Okay, so there is a workflow, so we can add a workflow. Let's see. I know I have this BMI 706 GitHub. Or no, it's not 706. What was the
709? Is it maybe
with PJ?
Yeah, that looks like it.
Right. GitHub. GitHub. Oops. github.com/BMI709. There we go. All right, so I remember that last year I wrote this format R code, create pull request, so we can probably steal from some of this. Touch.github workflows, and we can say, I don't know, add publication. Oh, whoops. Move. Yeah, I know. Workflows. GitHub workflows, add publication style YAML. Okay, we can go back here. Okay, so this was, right. So let's see, we want to just do this. So add publications from zotero. On push Mancha's brain. No, we want to do this on right now we can just do workflow dispatch so we can do it ourselves. Let's see, we don't need this one. We need checkout. We don't need this. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. Let's go set up Dino GitHub action. And let's just get the latest one version. So there we go. And then we can do run, Dino run a scripts main.ts, create pull requests, and the committer, we can just leave that to be, the commit message will be add zotero publications, add zotero publications, new publications. Okay. And this is the one thing that I'm remembering now, is that in order to make a PR, you need to add like an access token to the repo. Mm-hmm. And I think
okay. I know that if it was, oh yeah, but that's because you're using like third-party action, right?
I think there's something that like, let me see, on GitHub.
Because on GitHub, if you would just do like git add, git commit, git push, it creates a token kind of by default.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need to care about that.
I guess the thing the reason why this needs a personal access token is because it's like who's making the commit, like and if I'm remembering right, like you can set up like we could make like a little bot and do it, but I think we could prototype this whole thing just on my branch with a access token, and then we could set it up, or like have Lisa set it up or something.
Oh, right, I see.
A proper thing.
Yeah.
See, it would be really nice though to like, if we had the mappings of like author names, we could like automatically assign people to like review their PRs and stuff like that. Yeah. Let's see. Delete branch title. So let me see. Well, if I go to my fork, let's just make this pull request. So git add GitHub workflows, commit add GitHub action, or set up workflow. Zotero script. Me automated script for adding publications. Okay, so now, oops. I guess what I want to actually do is in main.t, or like, I think that this is gonna, I hate that oh no, shoot.
What?
I should have done a pull request against my branch. I did it against, I did it against Gallenborg Labs. So I'm just gonna move over to manst. There we go. Oops. And we should be able to make a PR here. Oops, no. Man's T, Gil, and Org Lab website. Do I have my branches? No. Push. Did I create it on this one? How is this on this fork? Oh, what's the thing? It's like git remote. Git push. Origin. Right, and now if I go to mine, there we go. Okay. So now I think I should be able to do one in this UI.
Okay. I'm getting like flashes of what you're doing.
Oh.
It updates maybe every 5 seconds. Sometimes it's faster. But it's weird because the sound's working completely fine.
I wonder, maybe it's hard to know if it's which software is doing it, you know. Okay, so I'm going to make this into my main branch. Create a pull request. We'll call this add zotero applications automatically. And I also want to just skip the in Z. If you like are following in Z, maybe I'll unshare and maybe reshare. Wonder if that would be any better.
Okay. I see your code, but then no screen. Now I see something. Okay. Oh yeah.
Still bad?
It looks better now.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that looks better.
Okay, so if we go to the where's the .github? GitHub deploy. I want to just like disable this. If it's like, isn't there something like GitHub? Or no, it's like if it's like GitHub.branch. Like, I want to skip doing this one on separate branches. Skip.
You could just scope it to the on push on main, no?
Yes, but I think it's nice to have, like, it would be nice to actually just have in the website in general, because there's one that you can just say, like, skip this workflow on separate branches, or forks. Here. See, if GitHub repository is man's t any widget. So what we can say is build if repository is HMS DVMI Gel and org lab web site. Oops. Oh, I don't want this to format. That's annoying. Z like is auto formatting. And I just don't want the diff to be annoying.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do it in my git status git diff.github. Git restored. It's just stage.github. Okay. So if the repository is Gallenborg, did I spell that right? Website,
I think so. Yeah.
then we do it. Okay. GitHub workflows deploy skip build if not on main main repo. UW. Let's see. Ugh, I don't know how to. I think it's just being annoying because, okay. Didn't we push? Git push origin. There we go. Okay, so now we're skipping stuff. And I'm wondering. So I think this is just one of those things where I'm like, okay, what's the easiest way to do this? I think what we should do is just squash and merge this into my main branch, and then we should be able to like poke around with it. Like the workflow should, at least we should be able to try it out. But I think I need to add a personal access token to this repo. So I'm going to squash and merge this into my main branch. And then I want to go over here. I think it's under like my settings. I wonder if we could set up like a, not today, but one thing I know you can do in Git is, or on GitHub is like create like a designated like bot that you give like an access token that has its own access token. That's like how the
Dependabot?
Yeah, Dependabot works is that way. So I think but we can probably do this with mine for right now. SSH, no. Tokens? Developer settings? Okay, this is looking promising. Personal access tokens. Classic tokens. Okay, generate a new token. Do some stuff. 96. Okay.
Yeah, this is probably something that you don't want to record, right?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I'll cut it out of the video.
Yeah.
And I don't have my separate fancy monitor or whatever. Let's see. What's this token for? Lab website. No expiration. Info. I think there's like poll, right? I'm forgetting which stuff you need to get it. It's probably in here. Permissions, workflow permissions. Yeah, okay. This is the, like if we were doing the GitHub app one, this is what you need to have. But we need to have a repo scoped tabbed, I think. Import, okay, wait. If you want pull requests created by this action to trigger on pull or to trigger an push or wait. The token inputs defaults repositories GitHub token. If you want pull requests created by this action to trigger an on push or pull workflow, then you cannot use the default GitHub token.
Yeah, but there is also underneath
Yeah,
like other token options classic, which is what you did, no?
I think so, but I was just wondering, like, can we just use this first one? If you want pull requests created by this action to trigger a push, on push, what's the docs? Triggering further workflow runs. Pull requests created by the action using it cannot trigger other workflows. If you have an on pull request or on push workflow acting as checks on pull requests, they will not run. I think it might just work. We should just try it. But I think we will need to add this. So contents, right? Pull requests, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we go here and we can say, oh, we want to name this add. Whoops, what was the thing? Permissions, contents. Okay, so now let's just go get check out main. Ew, divergent branches. What did I do? Oh. I'm wondering, how do you do the thing where you just like... This is like showing my lack of Git knowledge. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like if I do...
But isn't this just the thing that you get that you need to decide? Like you need to specify the config, and then it's not actually a conflict.
So it's saying you divergent branches fast. See, what it's trying to do is it's trying to like merge my main with the upstream main. And I don't want to do that. I have an idea. I'm gonna just do, this is gonna work because, let's see if we go to my, I think what's happening is because I have like the good GitHub or whatever, GitHub action, because I did GH repo clone, it like set up everything for me. But if I just do like the git clone with the URL, like it'll treat this. And then, so if I go in here now, yep. And what did we just do? We were in the add. And we want to make sure we have this thing. What was it? In the
Permissions.
Oh, it's in here, right? There's like this thing. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now if we go to the GitHub for mine, let's just go to Mans T Kallenborg Lab website. We should have something in here. And then if we go to our actions, let's try this. Run workflow. I guess we could rename it from what I copied. Okay, token.
Oh, just another. I don't know. Maybe it's nothing, but the latest version of the create pull request is 7 and not 5.
Okay. Down here, 7.
Yeah,
Okay.
but who knows? I mean,
Oh, and let's remove the token because we're gonna have it auto now,
mhm.
I think. This is my favorite workflow, which is just go into GitHub Actions and press like please run. There we go. Run this workflow.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Oh, that was the new run. Oh yeah.
I don't think so. There we go.
Looks like something happened. Oh.
There we go. Oh, and we got a Dino lock. Shoot. Okay. I just added.
Was that because you did? Oh, because it grabs everything.
I think it's because it made a lock file because there was no lock file. So I guess I just need to disable it. But that's cool. Like it's satisfying to see it in a pull request.
Yeah, it like mixes a lot of different tooling, and it's cool when it works.
Yep. Nice. Cool. So I guess the question is, I think this is in a good state. I probably can we? Is there a way to like ignore a file? Oh, here's an idea. Why don't we just Dino no lock file? Let's see. Dino. Hello, Quinn. No lock. Maybe. And let's just close this one and trigger it again. But I think this is getting to a good state. We can probably... The last thing would be to try to figure out some of the Zotero API to try to only get new publications, or if there's a way that we could like just grab stuff. Like, because right now I think we're just maxing out at like 25 or something like that. and it would be nice to have more like granular controls over the publications that come back. Let's see. It's pretty fast though. Like, I don't know, it's so nice that all of the, there we go, pull requests. Is there a lock? Let's see if there's a lock file. Nope. Okay, nice.
No lock file.
This file contains bidirectional Unicode text. Ah, interesting. Ah, well, this one doesn't have an abstract. Show hidden characters. What's the hidden character?
Oh, it's at the end of the title. What is that though?
I don't know. Interesting. But this is, I think this is pretty good. Like,
Yeah, even as a baseline,
yeah,
you just know that you should do something.
right. So I guess what we can do is, and we're right about at an hour too, so maybe this is like a good like, stopping point. But so just to recap, we wrote a script,
Yep.
which is here. And this script, oh, we could probably rename this to something nicer, but basically this script pings the Zotero API and then writes some new files for us in a GitHub action that opens up a PR for with new papers that could be added that are missing currently from the lab website. And yeah, it seems like it's kind of working. This is crazy. This set of authors is kind of crazy, but like, it seems useful. I think that coming out of this, we can just. I don't know, David. Do you think we can just put this in? I'll just tighten up a PR and maybe like we can just point to this branch in GitHub somewhere. And,
How do you mean?
oh, sorry, on Slack. We can just put something on Slack and
Oh yeah, sure,
go from
sure.
there.
I think so. You mean like you would make the PR for the GitHub website, for the actual DBMI?
Yeah, I guess the first thing I was gonna just, I mean, probably for like the next 5 minutes, unless you wanted to do it together, was I was gonna try to see if we could figure out a way to open up separate PRs for each
Oh,
of
I
these.
see. Okay. Yeah, then I would. I think I still have time.
Okay.
And yeah, but I think you can just make it as a draft. I think you can open drafts in HMS.
Yeah,
DBMI.
so what I would do is we could go to github.com/manst or HMS DBMI Gallenborg lab website. I think we can do something like create a pull request, and we can do it from a brand, or we want to do it from a compare cross forks, manst, and we can just do from main for mine. So is there a button to do a draft?
I think you just create it. Is it gonna open the create dialog? Yeah.
Okay, and then we can say, okay, draft pull request, add workflow. What should we name this? Automatic.
Just like Zotero to Jekyll Publications. Automation or something like that.
needed workflow to grab publications from Zotero and add the markdown for R and create corresponding pull requests if the pubs are missing from this repo. The idea is that we can semi-automate, partially automate this process by opening PRs that trigger from zotero ground truth, but still fit with our current Jekyll workflow. Cool. So now,
wait a second.
what's up?
You have like working on a semi-automated automated workflow. I mean, doesn't, I guess, matter much. Yeah.
Cool. So now we can just keep pushing stuff onto our main branch, and then things that get pushed there we can merge in. But yeah, cool.
Yeah, so it just has the script and the workflow file.
I guess the other thing would be we'd want to add right now it's just a workflow dispatch. We could try doing something more automated. But
right, yeah.
Okay.
But I can imagine like that would be anyway the flow.
Yeah.
Because I imagine if you're adding this, you want to add a publication, then you don't want to wait until next day. Like if you add something to Zotero, you won't want to wait until next day to continue with that. So you would probably add to Zotero, click the workflow button or some other way to how to trigger it. Then it generates for you the pull request with the markdown file. You add to that. Oh yeah, like what's the easiest way if the workflow, if the action makes the PR and then you want to edit that markdown, how do you quickly switch to the branch of the PR? I think you have a trick, right? Or like,
yeah, so what I would do is, like, for instance, if I wanted to grab, I can do it in my GitHub. Let's go to any widget I can grab. So if I go here, this is a PR that's kind of old. If I go to any widget, there's GHPR checkout, and you just put in the title, and that will pull down that PR.
GHPR checkout. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I would recommend. Is I'm guessing ideally there'd be a way that you could like do it totally in the GitHub UI, but
that's true.
I think if it was, you could go to the like. So let's think. Like in here, you could do something like suggestion.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, if you wanted to just edit it here, do something like, right, foo bar baz, and then you could commit that directly to the branch. So I guess there is a way. The only thing that you really have to do is add this image file, though. Still, like, but the other stuff seems like it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and for the image file, you anyway need to check it out.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could like open up a separate PR for like merge this without an image and then add one too. So.
Or you could have the image hosted elsewhere. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I guess for now, this seems good. Yeah, cool. Well, let's see. I'm trying to think, like, maybe there's I kind of want to look at this JavaScript API. I mean, this is a decent stopping point, but I'm probably going to look for like 10 minutes and just see if we can find something. And if it's like a crazy rabbit hole, then I don't want to go down
Yeah.
it.
I mean, you can also maybe stop the recording and
Yeah, okay, that sounds good.